is your best? Tomorrow, people, how long will you last? Tell me that. Tomorrow, people, where is your best?
Tomorrow, people, how long will you last? Tell me now. Today you say you they are whatever Ziggy said, but tomorrow y'all be gone. It not gonna pop if there is no love in your heart. Ooh. Then there is no hope for you, no hope for you. Tomorrow's monkeys, where is your past? Tomorrow monkeys, we ain't gonna last. Tell me now, tomorrow's monkeys fighting those bananas. Tomorrow people, how long will you last? Tell me, yeah. Ooh, I got it. I can turn my shirt around. Ooh, that's a label, isn't it? So it's kind of okay, because this label is literally from my childhood. I have to turn that around. Good morning, everybody. Where is your past? Tomorrow, people. I'm holding my heart for a minute. How will you last? Tell me now. Tomorrow, people. How long we gonna last? I was watching The Last Day of Earth. Isn't this like right now? Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Hopefully, every day becomes Friday. We can make every day Friday. We can make every day Friday if we listen to That Man's Morning. That's what I want to talk about today. Stop telling the same stories. Today you're politicking. Oh, yeah. Tomorrow say, oh man, he said. Ziggy said, stop telling the same stories. Y'all been telling that same damn story. Politics. There'll never be hope for you or your children. Tomorrow's people, where is y'all's past? Let me see, am I on YouTube? Tomorrow's people, or am I still naughty? How long will you last? Yeah, tomorrow's people. Nope. I'm still in YouTube prison. Tomorrow's people. Say, come on, you don't know your past, you won't know your future. I got a few things I gotta say. Tomorrow's people. Oh, they go to the icons. Tomorrow's people. Please grow the hell up. Don't know your past, you won't know how ignorant you are. You don't know separation has always been an illusion. You are Donald Trump. You don't know separation is an illusion. You are Joe Biden. You don't know you're ignorant. You don't know you ain't gonna make a future. Good morning, everybody. Oh, first thing, I turn this around. I cannot continue this. Good morning, everybody. Hey, Nicole. Good morning. YouTube is even censoring the morphing. Well, you know, it's my turn to be censored on YouTube. Right? They work for the cabal. Like all the medias are all controlled. You know, we can't pretend that we are allowed to say what's truthful, what will fix the power system that they are beholden to. So I have no issue with YouTube censoring. I have no issue with Facebook jail. They're doing what they're supposed to. The only warnings I have for them is when this is all said and done, we're gonna line up everybody that's been in line with the Fourth Reich. Line them up. Don't be counted in that number. Have the ability to show while you're on trial as a social media board, manager, staff, where you actually defied the Nazis behind the scene. Please do that. Please do that, because when this all rolls out, baby, it's gonna be ugly. You don't want your corporation, let alone yourself, to get caught up in this stuff. This is the Fourth Reich, and it's going down, baby. We got all kind of blessings that are happening. We live in a great time. Yes, a dance party, Norma. We have the most wonderful blessing about what's happening today. Hold on, let me change the music so I get my hand. I feel like I'm holding my titties. Sometimes you gotta hold them. I feel like I'm holding them, but I don't want y'all to see the label. Well, I don't care if y'all see it. I just don't want to advertise. It's time for the labels to stop. Separation is an illusion. All shirt companies that make the same shirt. It's all the same thing. All right, let me share it, and I gotta change the background music, and then we'll get going. It's Friday, Freedom Friday. We need to make every day Friday. We can free the human race. We just gotta stop being ignorant. All right, the music's changed. Oh, I gotta hide this label. I'm not. Ooh, let me put my thing down. Y'all gonna see my nipples. I can't see no nipple action. Y'all gonna see. Y'all can see the load label too. Hold on. Just gonna turn this around. I'm gonna do. This is how you do it. Turn that joker around, hide the labels, because it's time to stop being ignorant from a consumer perspective. It's time to stop. Oh, damn, it has a label on the back. All right, well, you know, some people might see that logo. I don't know. It's time to stop. Separation is an illusion. Time to stop the consumerism. Good morning, good morning. Judgment. Ooh, I got one more character I got to put on the screen as I make my world. This was a fantastic movie. Fantastic movie. I hope y'all watched it. Let me see. YouTube. No, it says YouTube is not on. So we're going to turn this off. I think we're robbing bandwidth by promoting to YouTube while they ban me. Bad Negro. Well, I'm not a Negro, so there you go. No shirt. Well, no, we're not going to do no shirt, Norma. We need to stop with that, Norma. We don't need to try to entice people to watch things, and that's probably not going to entice nobody. Like, oh my goodness. Yeah, I probably didn't shave. You might find some naps and some sacks and all kind of crazy stuff. Good morning, everybody. Judgment. Oof. Judgment. Slow turn too, right? Ah, Rob Smart does it. Did I do it right? I did it wrong, didn't I? What does he say? He says, oh, and he'll do the right turn first, and he goes, slow turn to the right, and he goes back and side. I don't know how he does it. That's his thing. I need a thing. I don't have a thing, and I need to find me a thing. Oh, a lot of things I got to say this one. Whew, and I got to hurry up. This might have to be a quick one. I got to go see a lady about a horse. I got to literally go see a lady about a horse. Yes, I have to continue making my screen. Where is he at? It's time to accept accountability. It's time to accept responsibility. It is time to grow up and Urkelfy. So I'm going to bring Urkel into the screen. Hang on, let me send him to the back. And I need to make him blend in. Make a world for you so you can see that I'm playing around with images on a green screen. The same way that you can see in today's events, our greatest blessing is the fact that everything's happening to everybody. It's happening on a global scale. That is our greatest blessing by far. Because now we can see that all the national narratives are bullshit. We now see that nations don't have any power. Nations are told what to do. You can see your politicians actually are purchased and lobbied. Now you don't have to be a Briton. What's happening in Britain's going to happen to you. You don't have to be an Australian. What's happening to them is going to happen to you. You damn sure don't need to be an American, because what's happening to all of them is going to happen to you. You know, it's time that we start acting as global citizens, right? Not in a new world order way, but in a steward way. Steward way. Nations have no power. Zero. Urkel, this is my man right here. He's going to sit here with me for a minute. Why? Because y'all had that saying, did I do that? Did I do that? The reason I love it, because I was watching videos on, gosh, how do we say it in a way that doesn't trip the AI or trip the learning software? I was watching, we got to come up with code words for everything, and that's my problem right now. We got to come up with a code word for it. Today is a significant day. That's what I'll say. All right, there we go. We go that way. Today is a significant day because damn near been over a decade and we haven't resolved what happened on this day a very long time ago. And we have to honor the people who were lost on that day, the 5 million who were lost since, those who will be lost today because of that day, and those who will be lost tomorrow and in the coming years because of that day. At some point in time, we're going to resolve the actual problem and be real and just get real about it. You'll never resolve the problem until you take the people who did it out of power. They're still in power. And we know who they are. We don't really have to say who they are. You know who they are. A little bit of research online, it'll be obvious. And by they, I mean they, the few. Not they they're in relationship with. Not they who live behind the borders of what they consider their nation, right? Because nations don't exist. Remember? Look at today. Look at how today works. This is how my brain works. I mean, y'all tell me if I'm wrong. But logically, nations don't exist. Power doesn't respect border. Coin and banks have no interest in your borders, right? They've got everybody in face diapers. They're telling governments what to do, and the numbers are out there right in front of your face. The math is right there. Less powerful, less dangerous than the common cold. Right in your face. 30,000 people every year die of the flu. 9,210 died of this. But they're not letting up because there's a plan. And your governments can't stop it because they don't have any power. So don't think in terms of nation. Think in terms of humanity. Because we don't have much time left. I think we witnessed, but I think that's the greatest blessing is we need to stop blaming the people affiliated that look like the people who did this day over a decade ago. You know what I'm saying? It's been narrowed down. Act like you know that it's been narrowed down and you know who the few are. Not the people who live within that border, let alone live within that religion or act within that faith. It's not them. There's a few. And those few have to be taken out of power because it's still in power. And all world's governments are in bed with them. All of them. All of them. Yes, every last one of them. All the candidates are in bed with them. All of them. The ones who aren't are already gone. They've already put them in graves. Anybody in significant power who are defined the powerful have already been put in their graves. And then people hit me with the, oh, but Donald Trump, God is using Donald Trump. I'm like, yeah, he is. He damn sure is. I agree with that. I will not deny that one bit. God is definitely using Donald Trump. Well, let me get some happy faces so I can ruin them. Hell yeah, God is using Donald Trump. No question about that. We all know that. You'd be a fool to think that God ain't using Donald Trump. Whatever God is. I'm fine if you call God Allah. I'm fine if you call God, Jehovah, Jehoshaphat, Planck energy, quantum physics, fungi, the creatures from other dimension or aliens. All the same damn thing. God is using Donald Trump. Fact. God is also using Jive and Bodie. God is also using Putin. God is also using May, Merkel, and all the rest of the monsters at the top of every damn thing. And in bed with the people who did this day a few years ago. And God is also using you. But are you following? Are you listening? Are you watching? Are you changing your behavior? God is using everybody because separation is an illusion, people. You are them. They are you. You are in conflicts that are illogical from an energy, physically, biologically, freaking air, and national, global current perspective. It's all related. It's all related. We're all connected from geoengineering to the dust in the air to the bacteria we breathe in and the virus is all connected and at the energy level. Separation is an illusion. So hell yeah, God is using Donald Trump. Not the way you think. Probably not in the way I think either. Why? Because who knows the mind of God? Only the ignorant. Only the fools who claim that they actually know. You know, so I started off the morning on that. And I just said, just pay attention. Just don't get too ignorant. Just pay attention and realize that those in bed with those in bed that did this day over 10 years ago are all together. They're all in it together. It's not for your benefit. It's not for your benefit. They did that, and we did that. Ah, there you go. There you go. See, they did that, and we did that. See, I can't remove myself from responsibility of what happened over 10 years ago on this day. I paid my taxes. I voted. I cheered. I was on my own little ignorant teams. I was in my own little ignorant mind. I thought I was a me. I was divided. I was in groups. And I helped cause that day 10 years ago just as well as everybody in power. So I got no judgment for them. That's why I put it the judgment and I did not spell it wrong. Because Urkel. I need to key Urkel. Did I do that? Yeah, we did that. Every last one of us. Everybody. Elaine did that. Susan did that. Norma did that. Lori did that. Robert did that. And Gerard did that. We all did that. We all played our role in ignorance. Separation is an illusion. We are them. We're them now. The question is, where are we going? Going. Focus on where we're going. Focus on today, not old stuff. Stop bringing up old stuff. We were a part of all of that. The question is, what are we going to do to honor the memories of those who were lost? Hopefully it's not voting to keep those same people in power. Hopefully that's not the solution. But if that's your solution, I'm good with you. I still love you to death. Go out there and make more of the same. go out there and make more of the same with the people who bowed to the same people who murdered 5 million people since 10 years ago today. So I started off my morning there, and to some people, they probably have no damn idea what I'm talking about. So I grappled onto a piece of logic I thought was beautiful this morning. Some of y'all probably said it, but I had to hear him say it for it to really sink in the way he said it. He said Building 3 had charges fixed in them. It was obviously dropped. Do you actually think they ran out there that morning and had a team that usually takes a week, measurements, CAD software, laser leveling, and everything to figure out how to drop a building perfectly within its own format? He said if charges were placed in Building 3, charges were everywhere. They were in all the buildings. Yeah. See, the problem with I think thinking and using your critical thought is you realize everything in the media is a lie. Everything in the media is a lie. I don't even debate with people who watch the news anymore because I just tell them, go on and vote. Get out there and change your world. Go on and vote. But keep reading. Keep reading. Don't ever stop reading. Please don't watch. Keep reading. God, whatever that is using everybody. And this is, to me, I think it's a simulation creation. We all have behaviors to change. We all have growing to do. We all want to make a better world for the future. We just agree on what that better is. And you'll come to your own conclusions. Just don't ever stop. Don't ever get solid. Don't ever, root in anything. Everybody's got an opinion like Uranus. Everybody has one. Just don't be too strong in it. Don't be too strong in it. Don't have judgment for people that you are a part of. Your left hand can't judge your right can't judge your left. You are Donald Trump, you're Jivin Bowden, you're all the rest of them. You're Epstein, who did not kill himself and who I don't even think is dead. You know why? Because I was thinking about it this morning too, and I was just like, you know what? Epstein, and he had Epstein Island. And people say, yeah, he ran the biggest pedophile trafficking ring in the world. I'm like, no, he didn't. Nope. Not even close. Not even close. That man was a fall man. But not only that, the point is he was arrested and jailed by the biggest human trafficking organization on the planet. So, yeah, obviously they don't disagree at a principle level. They completely agree, which is probably why 16 hours a day he was in that lawyer's room. They kept bringing women in for him. Did anybody check their ages? Did they get their license checked? They were serving him women while he was in prison. That's it. Can you tell me somebody who has the power, who worked with the world's most powerful psychotic people, who did what happened 10 years ago on this day? They did the USS. I guess we can't even say that either. I'm trying to do the best I can to not trip up. Pipperty. It sounds like Pipperty, USS Pipperty. Who was behind that attack? Behind Martin Luther King? Behind JFK? Those people. Anybody who is in bed at high enough levels that they can sit in prison 16 hours a day in a rec room and have women fed to them. They have videotapes on the most powerful people that y'all are voting for. They have videotapes on the most powerful people who y'all are voting for, who and if they ain't the ones y'all voting for, they back up and support and defend the psychopathic pedophilia people that y'all voting for, that y'all don't want to vote for, y'all think is fighting, but they all in bed together. That's how power rolls. If anybody was out there fighting pedophilia and fighting human trafficking, they'd be in the coffin. That's common sense, and that's logic. Hopefully you go along with that thought process. If not, then, I don't know what to tell you. And then somebody that powerful was actually killed by somebody who had no power in the same cage. You crazy? Are you stupid? I'm sorry. I just had to mention his name because I don't want it to go into obscurity again. That man is on an island, relaxing, chilling with the people y'all voting for. Judgment. We meant We didn't mean to do all these things that have occurred. We were unwilling participants for the most part, but we gave our consent. So we share in the responsibility. The only question we have is, do we mean to go forward? Judgment. What do we mean for the future? What are we judging on the future of the children who exist on this planet? Good morning, everybody. Yeah, I went down this avenue because I was watching The Day the Earth Stood Still. And aren't we standing still right now? Aren't we standing still right now? I was listening to the portion, not the old one, but the new one. Listening to the portion where he explained that the earth is dying. Does anybody think the earth is dying? I do. I do. Not the earth, but the human earth, the world. The world is dying. Our world is dying because we have not been stewards. We've been psychological fools. We've been psychotic fools. We've been cheering for psychotic fools, and we keep putting them in power because we're scared of other people. We are literally burning Eden up, apathetically. And eventually we're going to get thrown off the rock, as we should. Right? Like, it's time to grow up. I think it's time to become stewards of a planet. If we know that nations don't exist and there are global powers that tell the nations what to do, maybe perhaps it's time we start acting like we're human beings and not Americans and Britons and Australians and Canadians and Colombians. Maybe we realize that the people who have that much power are going to roll out whatever they're doing into any nation. That we become a world civilization. Not a new world order, though. A new world, no order. A new world full of sentient, sovereign, human beings that have more love for their neighbor than themselves, have more love for the next generation than themselves, have more love for the human race than any little ignorant subgrouping of the human race. Maybe we need to start acting on a global level and become stewards of a planet that's being burned. I love the part in this movie where she asked him, she said, well, what are you something about doing on our earth? And he responded, he said, your earth? Yours? You think this is yours? He didn't say that, but that's what I'm saying. You think this is yours? You know, if this was in the if she was in the hood and he was in the hood, that's what it kind of would have sounded like. This your mother effing earth? You think this is yours? You think that, you know, it's monkeys here, it's birds, bees, all kind of complex life can live here. Now, there's life all out in the universe. Life on every damn planet. Your little ignorant NASA and ESA didn't tell you about that, but there's life everywhere. They don't want to tell you about that. They're trying to figure out how to kill you with it or kill what you think is your enemy with it. They're not telling you the truth. But this is a planet that's in the right spot that can have all types of complex life. It has liquid water. It's got the right rotation. We even put the moon in the place that it needs to be so that we could create complex life. And we even put it in a certain position to let you ignorant people know that we put it there. It wasn't randomly there, right? That's why you have an eclipse. It's in a perfect location. So when you evolve to a point where you could realize that, you would know not only are you not alone, but all the ancient stories are true. You are on a garden that can hold complex life. And if you burn it the hell up, we're going to have to get rid of you. This is not your science project. It is ours. This is not your earth. You don't own it. This is a life creation machine, an engine, if you will. And if you prove to be an infected part of the experiment that's killing everything else and yourself, we're going to have to get rid of you. And I 100% agree with his assessment. I 100% agree with it. I think it's a great idea. Like I've always said, I'm on nature's side. I'm a part of nature. I'm not a part of your world. Your world is run by psychotic people who do psychotic things. If nature decides, if aliens decide it's time for the human race to go, it makes sense.
I need to know what's happening.
This planet is dying. The human race is killing.
So you've come here to help us.
No, I didn't.
You said you came to save us.
I said I came to save the Earth.
You came to save the Earth. From us.
If you didn't watch the movie, the spoiler alert is he told her, and he's an alien, and what he told her, he said, We came to save the earth, and they assumed that it was them. They assumed the humans, yes, you came to save us. Thank you. No. We came to save the earth. We came to save billions of species that are here, complex ecosystems and this massive scientific experiment, Garden of Eden. You're murdering it. You must go.
You came to save the Earth. From us.
You
Yes.
can't risk the survival of this planet for the sake of one species.
What are you saying?
If the Earth dies, you die. If you die, the Earth survives.
If you die, Earth lives. If you survive, Earth will die. We've shown that we are psychotic, unsustainable portions of this ecosystem who are not acting like stewards because we're in conflict with each other over ignorant things.
There are only a handful of planets in the cosmos that are capable of supporting complex
You
life.
can't do this.
This one can't be allowed to perish.
We can change. We could still turn things
We've
around.
watched, we've waited and hoped that you would change.
Please.
It's reached the tipping point. We have to act.
Please.
We'll undo the damage you've done and give the Earth a chance to begin again.
Don't do this. Please. We could change. We can change.
The decision is made. The process has begun.
Great movie, great movie. I'd recommend you guys watch it, but isn't the Earth right now standing still? Are we not at a precipice? And a good thing, if you haven't seen it, is that we do change on the precipice. Right? And this is how, gosh, spoiler alert, come on, God, the movie's been out since the 1940s. The book probably came out before that. So I'm gonna get a spoiler. It's not a spoiler at that point in time. They convince him to not destroy the planet. Because a mathematician, I guess it was her professor, convinced him that we change in hard times. In hard times, we get our act together. Like the old saying I keep bringing up, which is, it takes a tragedy to bring a family together. But it also takes a little bit of common sense and critical thought and consciousness to understand what the actual problem is and fix those problems. We don't really know what's going on. I won't convince you I know what's going on. I do know that the world has been brought to a standstill. So are we going to continue to do the things that we've done, that we've all been complicit with, that have led us up to this moment, and trust in the psychopaths that did all that, that modeled it, not the architects, but the ones that kept it going, the ones that did not remove scarcity's laws and national conflict and human conflict between creatures that are all the same, spiritual wave energy, soul creations? Or are we going to say enough is enough? We understand that there is no resolution in burning up a planet. There is no resolution in killing and murdering each other for things that are abundant. And this is probably why I'm blocked on YouTube, because I don't have a big following, but I have solutions. And they're not my solutions. They're solutions that have been resonated since Nikola Tesla, probably back before that. We know how to free the planet. We know how to end all conflict, and the behavioral scientists and neuroscientists tell you. But we lack the ability to judge ourselves. That's why we're here. We lack the ability to take on our own accountability in the problems that we've created that are destroying this planet. All you gotta do is take accountability. That's where it begins. Damn it, you can see my shirt. That's why I'm accountable. Because you can see the shirt, it's got a label, it's got a logo. I'm a part of it. I took up my responsibility in what I've done to help that day that occurred over 10 years ago. I took up my responsibility in what happened to the USS Pipervie. I took my responsibility in what happened to Martin Luther King, JFK. I don't think this is my first time around. I think I was here probably previously. I think that we do get reincarnated. We are supposed to continue to push this engine forward by judging ourselves, staying in our own mirror, and changing our behavior so that the world doesn't have to be wiped of us, so love can prevail. Just think about it. God is using Donald Trump. I absolutely agree. But God is using Jive Bowden too. And God is using you. God is using 7 billion different creatures on this planet that have the ability to tap into love and critically think to bring about great solutions, as opposed to keeping a planet based in secrecy, because we can gain more power and more money for the criminal few, our masters above us, like to kill each other. Judgment. We meant to do that. We didn't mean to do that, but we do mean to do everything that happens today from here forward. Anyway, I'm gonna read comments and we're gonna get going. Good morning, everybody, because I gotta go. I gotta see a lady about a horse. Unless you like the taste of, oh, well, chlamydia. Riley, what the hell? Oh, is that from yesterday? Yeah, let's not do that. Let's move forward. We gotta move. let's move forward. She was going back to the whole, if you saw yesterday's, who in the world decided on this planet it's a good idea to put things that people poo-poo and pee-pee within their mouths. That there was a homeless conversation I had. Let's move forward. Good morning, Susan. Good morning, Jasmine. Good morning. Looking all scruffy this AMG. I am looking a little scruffy. I do need to shave. I shaved my head, not my face. I need to do that because we live on a planet where you cannot buy nor sell unless you fit in. And so to a certain degree, I gotta fit in. You're getting a horse? No, I'm not getting no horse, Jasmine. Not yet. Now in the future, yeah. Hopefully these aliens come and they like wipe the power, which was the end of the movie. They wiped the power from Earth. Hopefully if they wipe the power, y'all get a horse at that point. Or if that EMP is like dropped on us, you know, because now they're talking about EMPs and Homeland Security. So we need to defend the monkeys from EMPs, our citizens. I'm like, yeah, okay. You know, if anybody drops a device that has some sort of electromagnetic pulse which destroys all the electronics and all the cars, all the cell phones and laptops in this country, it was us. It's the people we vote for, the people who did what happened 10 years ago on this day, a little over 10 years ago, USS Pipperdee, Martin Luther King, JFK, and currently involved in the endless wars around the planet right now. It's the people who they all work for. So if anyone EMPs Jasmine, I got to go get a horse and go back to them days, which I'm perfectly fine with. Jasmine, don't get me started, because if I really had to think about it, well, people would die. I don't want people to die. We can use these electronics for powerful things, but I think in hard times we get our act together, and our times aren't hard enough. So if God is an alien, or God is a Planck energy, or whatever it is, and it comes back, the best thing it could do is take our technology from us. Give us a real hard time so we can actually pull together and rediscover what it means to be sentient and a steward to ecosystems that we all need to be in balance with. Oh, absolutely. Who said the open source world? Mark? Yeah, exactly, Mark. Because Mark, you, my IT brother, you understand when the truth is in the public domain, great things can happen. Governments don't keep secrets from you, people. That's not a government. If significant secrets are kept from you, you're not being governed. That is a master. They are ruling you. You are the slave. Think about it like this. What family operates in total secrecy? What family operates and stays together when significant secrets are kept from the different family members? None. They all fall apart. They all fall apart. Your government has total secrecy from you, which is why you see that damn UFO in the F-18 gun camera. It's not a UFO, people. I mean, it is a UFO because it's a U, F, and O to us. It's not to them. That's Space Force, man. They're either flying it or they know exactly who they are. Melmacians. It's the Pleiadians. They know who they are. Until we have an open source world, Mark, this is why part of why I left the whole IT thing is I don't want to help build this psychopathic world anymore. I want to do as little as I can to help them do things to enslave other people. I realized that I was holding the whip. Ooh, Mark, are you sending me down a thought process? Judgment. Ooh, this is beautiful. See, you're making me judge myself even more. I was the whipper on the plantation. I was worse than that, Mark. I was worse than that, actually. I was worse than that. I was the engineer who was teaching, or who was creating a more painful whip. Not that it would be used to whip the slave, because I was stupid, I was ignorant of what the masters on this planet do with the technology we create, but I was making a more effective whip. I was creating devices in IT for corporations, waterboarding, in that analogy. I'm all accountable, 100% accountable, and all I can do is judge myself. So We are all slaves, but some of us are in privileged positions where we do things to make the plantation more powerful because we worship and bend the knee to the master and use our creativity, our passion, our abilities, our spiritual gifts to empower those who only know darkness. Only know darkness. Absolutely. Open source world. So, that's the thing. And when things are open source, creativity and productivity goes through the roof. When you don't have any secrecy in databases and any sort of engineering and IT and capacitors and free energy creation with solar panels, wind generation, a Nikola Tesla, all that, things rocket forward. When you don't have any secrecy in the medical industry, which completely needs to fall and collapse and be destroyed, burned up, and never be created, look like anything that it is right now, Rockefeller medicine, when you have doctors who are completely open source and they can tap into any other doctor's data, information, cures, treatments, you have real healing. Everything rockets forward. I think for that reason, Mark, we are thousands of years behind where we be. We might even be hundreds of thousands of years in where we would be in terms of technology, because it's being held back because patents. Anyone who wants to look into that, Invention Security Act in 1951, just take a look at it. Anything that holds secrets from you is not on your side. It's enslaving. A high positive mind doesn't need secrecy. Want to share. Exactly. Christine, a high positive mind, something that's vibrating at the level of what could garner my vote, is something that doesn't believe in secrecy. It doesn't need to keep secrets from me. It loves me. It loves me and I love it. It loves me and I love it enough that it trusts me, that it will let me have any secret. It loves Russia and it loves China. If Russia and China are psychopathic enough to put together a military, come over here and blow us up, then we need to get blown up. We're all connected. We're all one. It'll all go the right direction when enough of us lay down the sword and get rid of our pentagons and our militaries. But besides the fact, we're on top. We got the biggest, greatest, even if we are low vibe enough to be scared of China, even if we are dark energies and so faithless enough that we need tanks and bombs and nuclear weapons, even if we have no faith in the things we pretend we have faith in, even if we like to say on Sunday that snakes can bite us and we won't die, that no hair on our head falls unless God says it's so. Even if we are as ethicless and moralists, the need to continue to keep a military, to kill people, then we deserve to die, because we're no different than China. We're no different than Russia. We're not resonating in the space of no secrecy. Because that's always the excuse, Christine. The excuse is always, well, we need to have secrets for the war effort. There is no war effort. Who are you at war with? The left hand can't fight the right hand. Your left toe can't fight your right toe. It's all connected to the same body. We are either evolving and moving forward, being honest about the faith that we have or the gods we pretend to worship, because they all told you the same things. Ignore the messenger, focus on the message, and the message is love. The message is we're all connected. Yes, and Lori, be an open book. You can trust an open book. Lori's an open book. I trust Lori. Karen, I thought you said you don't trust nobody. Well, I don't trust Lori with making my smoothie. But I trust Lori if she posts something. I know she researched it. I know she really thinks it. I know she speaks her mind. I know that she is not a scared woman. She is a powerful goddess, and she doesn't have any fear. So I know the things she posts, I can trust there to the best of her ability are known to be true, and it's what I need to take a look at. Same thing with Mark. Mostly with Beaufont, but not really, because sometimes sort of on Sunday. Depends on what he ate for breakfast. Beaufont is dangerous. You go on his page, you spaghetti with some okra and a pot and shaped like an anus. He a crazy dude. I can't resonate there all the time. I go there for laughs, but I know if he posts something, I know he thought about it. All we need to do, in my opinion, is trust Jeannie to be Jeannie. Right? Trust that Jeannie will become Jeannie if Jeannie has a beautiful environment to prosper, grow, and not be beaten into psychopathic warrior genes. And trust what comes out. That's what trust is. Trust is when you don't have any secrets. You got secrets, you don't trust. If you got secrets, it's almost demonic to me now, the way I think about it, because knowledge is power. And holding back knowledge makes you more powerful than the other person. So why would you want to be more powerful than the other person? Why would you want to be more powerful than your citizens? Why would you want to be more powerful than your parishioners at your church? Why would you want to be more powerful than the Vatican to people all over the planet? Obviously, because you have nefarious purposes. You're creating a nefarious tool of power over creatures you're supposed to be trusting, beings that you're one with. That's the very definition of what a demon is to me. Secrecy. You can't have any secret. This world will never become what it's supposed to. We will never be stewards of this planet until we get rid of the secrecy. No secrets, absolutely. Bush did that day, and Trump did the Rona. Well, see now, Robert, now you're talking truthful information. That's going to get you. I almost said it. I don't want to say it. I don't want to trigger, because nobody's watching this. It's just learning software, listening, and determining what to shadow ban based on the words that you say. So, and this is real talk. This is real talk, taking the accountability. And the reality is they're all a part of it. They're all a part of it. Everybody who wasn't a part of it, they're all gone. They're all gone. When I think about Robert, what's going on, that this moment the earth is standing still, I appreciate that it's standing still, because we might be able to push it in the right direction. But I'm not going to lose my mind and think that people in power are a part of it. Of course they're a part of it. You know, do we need to end the lockdown? Hell yeah, we need to end the lockdown. But that's not a resolution. That's a restoring to normal. You have to take that power from those who claim they have that power. You have to take those secrets. We don't actually know what's going on. Like, what could this all be about? You know, me personally, I think it's banking. Right? Because that digital dollar done hit the world's currency, getting flipped, and they rob everybody's retirement right now. They're getting you to spend your savings sitting at home. They destroyed your economy to guarantee that you will accept whatever digital fiat currency that they want to give you and rob you with to enslave your children, instead of giving you free energy to go off, be free, and be a human being again. So I think it's banking. Other people, they think, it has to do with the pharmaceutical industry. Perhaps, I don't know. They want to force vaccinate the entire planet. Perhaps. Maybe it's all of it. Some people think aliens are in orbit. That's possible too, but we don't know. How do we know? How do we know? We don't know because they got a closed source society where they have the information. And the weird part about it too, Robert, is the government ain't got it. They're such low on the slave plantation that everything they get is decompartmentalized. They may not even know they're a part of a global plot. All you got to do is look around the world and see that every nation around the world is being subject to the same draconian measures on something that's equated to that kills less people than the flu, according to CDC numbers. Any politicians in office by now, they should know. They should know. So they're a part of it. They're colluding. Neither one of them did those things. They were just a spokesperson for the people who actually did it. Right, Susan, they're always fall guys. Governments they serve the illusion of control, and they're always fall guys. They get us because we're naive and gullible enough to hate Donald Trump or love Donald Trump or hate Obama or love Obama. And so we go after the fall guy. We go after the patsy, and we leave that power in place. And so it keeps happening to us. We grow the police state. We lose in power every single time because you can't ever vote away your power. I think there's something spiritual to that. You have energy and you can't ever vote it away. If you ever vote it away, it'll always come back and smack you or your children. We're all one. Let's share love, compassion, forgiveness, stay united. We're all one, Moonaz, and we've always been one. And we always will be one. Whatever's coming in the future, we're all going to face it together. All going to face it together. Or it's going to destroy all of us together. I never blame myself for others' actions. And that's good, Lori. That's a place to be. I view it from my perspective. Because I kind of think, for me, right, if I were them, I'd be them. And I think that they're being the best them that they can be. I believe that, and I accept that. I think Charles Manson was the best him he could be, based in the circumstances, his brain, the environment he was in. I think everybody's actually doing their best. So my perspective in accountability is that my accountability ends at my skin. And I take in my complicitness with what's going on in the world. Right? I did my whole thing. I was not in Black Lives Matter, but I grew up, believed I was a Negro. I thought I was black. I grew up and I had the African medallion, the dashiki, and I was doing the things that were hurting people who looked like me, but they weren't as privileged as I was. I thought I was helping by working with black people in government. I thought I was helping. I realized that wasn't helping, so I jumped over and thought the Republicans had the answer, paid the taxes. So I'm complicit with all of it. I have to judge me. I have to look in my mirror and keep focused on me trying to do the best that I can do, knowing that everybody else is doing the best that they can do. And that's a part of the trust too. That to me, that's a part of the trust. I accept everybody's doing the best they can do. And the beautiful thing that you walk me into in terms of thought, and this is why I love why we do this, because it just makes me think around in circles, is that's the ultimate showing of love, is that I trust you. I trust that you are where you're supposed to be, which means I won't judge you, which takes us back to the title, judgment. I can't judge you. I think that you're doing and you are right where you need to be, and I just focus on me. Then it goes back to the analogies with the stories in the scripture, right? Or parables. I can't talk about the log in your eye. I can't talk about the sawdust in your eye, but a log sticking out of mine. And I think that to a degree, that's us being what we say we need to be. Saying us being what we say government needs to be. Us being what we say the leaders need to be. Us invoking in our local lives what's supposed to happen on an open. So I always do that. And everybody, y'all don't have to do that. I'm just dumping my mind. This is how I think. This is where I'm resonating at. And if it means something to you, go do that. If it doesn't mean something to you, if you don't critically think and logically and tap into your compassion and love and whatever, and your body, where you are with where you need to go, doesn't tell you should do that, then you shouldn't do that. I post 8 times a day that I'm not voting. I could care less. I'm trying to figure out how to unregister to vote. I think I figured out how to do it, but I've got a lot of things going on. I haven't had a chance to resonate in that, even the government thing at this moment. I'm gonna do it. But if you feel that that's what you're supposed to do, then you should do that. And I trust that. I'm good with that. I don't judge nobody for that. You want to go vote left, vote right, Donald Trump saving the planet, Donald Trump is the cause of racism, whatever. You do what you got to do. We all going to live and die together. We all going to thrive or be pushed into the darkness together. All right. Reading silently is less harmful to the media. So be louder with the truth. Reading silently is less harmful to the media, so be louder with the truth. Hopefully, Andrew Wellborn, we get louder and louder and louder and louder. I don't know if it was you or somebody else. Somebody sent me a video from the UK about what they were doing, what was happening in the UK. And then the sister apologized. Oh, I'm sorry, I sent that to you. Didn't realize you were in the UK. And I said, why would you apologize? We are the UK. We are the UK. It doesn't really matter what's happening in the UK, because it's not any different from what's going to happen in the United States, which is where I am. It's no different what's happening. This is a global thing. We all have to look out for each other, and we all have to be louder for each other. Australia can't do nothing. Australia can't get in the street and do nothing. Like, was Wellborn, one of the places. They can't even leave their houses. We all have to speak up for each other, but it's based in what you're saying, which is what I totally agree with. We have to be louder and louder and louder. The truth has to be so loud and blaring that people can't deny it anymore, right? That's why they're censoring. That's why they're book burning. That's why they're doing these witch hunts while other people are scared of the cuckoo flu, right? Because that's the only thing they fear, is that enough truthful information gets out there and people start changing their behavior. They start judging themselves. They start realizing that governments don't have any power. That this is a conscious spiritual war that human beings need to rediscover what they are and stop acting like the slaves that in the places that they were placed. Happy Slave Friday. Yes, Janie, happy Slave Friday to you. And hopefully one day we will have the power of being slaves. I can't wait to be a slave, Janie. I'd love to have slaves have free health care. The master come in and check the slave's teeth. The government ain't never checked my teeth, Janie. We're a damn commodity to this governing corporation. The slaves, they get their teeth checked. They come in and pat you on the side of the thigh, make sure you're strong, you can make it out in the field and stuff, and open your mouth, look in there, make sure your teeth is good. Check your tongue, put that thing, make sure. I ain't never had a politician check my teeth. I ain't never gonna have a politician check my teeth. But hey, listen, one day it would be great to be loved as much as a slave. Right now, my government doesn't even see me. They're like, oh, so Gerard over there somewhere? There ain't no Gerard, that's a ghost. Ain't nothing there. I'm like, we're invisible. We are commodities. They have our birth certificates. We have not corrected our status. Ooh, it's a banker's banquet. Yes, it is, Elaine. All over the world. Those who don't do any damn work gonna make a whole lot of power and money on all of us who always got to do work. Because we believe we're supposed to do work. We're still fighting for jobs. We want jobs. I have never heard of slaves on a plantation fighting because they need to work hard. I don't have a job, master. No, master, this ain't working out because they's got some cotton and I ain't got no cotton to pick. I need to pick some cotton, master. This ain't working out. Boo Boo and Tink Tink, everybody out there in the field needs more jobs. Come on, people. You got important things to do. And it's not working for bankers and billionaires and trillionaire families and the things they call careers and getting degrees. You got important things to do. The most important job on the planet is being a parent. You got kids at home. You ain't got time for no psychopathic work in an industry that's usually made in artificial problems. You got to be at home. You got real things to do. Real things to do. Gerard's ochrophobia is classic. It is not classic, Harsh. That's not classic. And that's harsh, by the way, Harsh. That's harsh. It's not classic. It's just my guts. It's my guts telling you, don't put that crap in me. Richard, good morning, Richard. Good morning, Jeannie. Susan, earth cleanses, purges the toxins, but never wipes out all the stuff. No, it doesn't. Earth, yeah, Susan, and that fits with what Harsh was saying, right? Okra cleanses. It's a great cleanser. It's a fantastic, it'll clean you right out. It'll take all your guts, your biology, your bacteria, and all that stuff, just shoot it out your mouth and your butt. You're absolutely right. And the earth gonna get cleansed too. Earth gonna get his okra. You're gonna see a big spaceship gonna come out here look like okra. y'all keep burning up the planet, killing off all the wildlife and one day fighting climate change, the next day got a mask on your face, dumping that, floating out, creating more plastic oceans out there in the ocean, plastic island. People so crazy. In California on fire. Have y'all seen, oh my God, California skies, Nevada, Colorado. People sending me pictures, this look like death. Death. If that ain't one of the signs of the apocalypse, I don't know what the hell is. But yeah, earth cleanses and so does okra. It's an era of love, Christine. Yes, it is. Era of love. Yo, Shabelle. Good morning. What a beautiful name. I just had the best time on America's Next Top Model. Stream dropping some truth bombs. Adrian woke up. Woke y'all. Great live stream. All right, man, that's what you got to do. I think you got to invade. You got to be an enemy behind enemy lines. Good one. Good one. Go out there in the ABC, CBS, NBC News, your friends and parents and family and anywhere that they're out there psychoing in the path. Psychoing in the path. Like this idea that there's such thing as a top model is completely illogical, and man, it makes no damn sense. How is it that a few people tell everybody else what's pretty and what isn't? And we just slaving away, just, oh yeah, and there's the top pretty. There's the top pretty, and everybody else is ugly. If you got a top pretty, you got a top ugly. How psychopathic is it to think that a baby is ugly? That there is an ugly person on this planet anyway. Like the very names of this stuff, I don't even think we think about it. It's all artificial. You know, pretty and ugly don't exist until you tell a baby what pretty and ugly is. And it's based in your perspective. And unfortunately, the perspective of the few is driving and deciding everything for the many. She was telling the truth about Hollywood. Okay, Hollywood, yes, and that's why they use the Hollywood, because it's magic, magical. That's what they made magical wands out of. That's how they take people's intellects from them who watch it. Please turn off the television if you do not know how to watch it. All right. Why do you keep saying turn the TV off? You show all the movies you watch. Well, because I know how to watch it. I don't watch The Day the Earth Stood Still because I think Keanu Reeves is cute or something. And his co-star, and she was fine. But I don't watch it for that. I watch it for the message. There's a story. There is a message in every story if you know how to look for it. This applies to today. Today, the earth is standing still. Today, we are on the precipice of making a change that can fix everything. If we choose to. If we choose to. Good morning, Verna. Yes, Rebecca, we are all related. Absolutely. We are all related after all. We're all cousins, Rebecca. There's no white people and black people. You just got a bunch of cousins that turn different colors because they walk different ways, which is what I posted yesterday, Rebecca, that, you know what, this whole, if y'all out there still fighting the cops and you're mad and stuff out in the street, Black Lives, white lives, Black Lives Matter. The moment Black Lives Matter stands up for the black people who walked too far north and ended up in Europe, Y'all came from Africa. The minute that Black Lives Matter stands up for the black people who just got lighter skin because they walked too far north and ended up in Ireland somewhere, because police shoot them more than they shoot people with darker skin. The minute that Black Lives Matter stands up for poor white people and the poor white people start standing up for the poor black people, police will change tomorrow. It'll be all over. That's all they fear. Like, if that's your struggle, I mean, get to it. Get to it. I don't shame you. If you got to get out there and fight, get out there and fight, but educate yourself. Educate yourself through the problem. The moment that you come together, that's all the system fears. That's why they're centering like crazy. That's why they're behind all the protests and putting bricks out there and anything that they can to keep everybody fighting each other. The minute you get together and realize you got one common foe, and that foe is on a global level, not on a local level, not on a national level, not on a racial or religious level, you got one foe, and it makes everything a slave on this planet less than a slave. Police will be changed tomorrow. They'll change right tomorrow. Good morning, Rachel. She had over 1,100 views. The word is spreading. All right, good to hear that, Amanda. I don't know who that is, but I'm glad there's a word spreading. Hopefully it was not the top model thing. Christine, good morning, Christine. Earth is strong. Yes, Earth is strong, Jasmine. Just programming flaws, running wild. That's all we are. Oh, yes, Mark. Yes, we're just flawed programs. That's all we are. We're in the matrix. We're indoctrinated programs. And you're never really fighting with anybody else, which is why I can't really judge anybody else, because I know you're just another program that's running. And you have flaws and you have great things, and your flaws aren't my problem, right? Your flaws are probably perfections in my relatively, because they take you to where you're supposed to be. They lead you in life into abusive relationships. They lead you in life into people who lie. They lead you into bad positions where you learn. They lead you into corporate America where you realize, right? It's evil in the moment, where we don't like it in the moment, but it evolves us and turns us into great things. And that's the weird thing about judging other people. It's like, I'm judging you for where I am in my life, for the direction I have to go. But it's what you need to make you into a perfect being of light, or whatever you need to be. That's why you can't judge anybody. You can't judge him. Donald Trump is the exact Donald Trump's supposed to be. Let that man Trump. Let him Trump away. You need to worry about you. Hell yeah, God is using Donald Trump. God's using everybody. God is using rocks. God is using birds. God used that bird that pooped on my head the other day. I don't even know why God did that. But that's okay. It's mysterious, and God do mysterious things. Probably because I used to laugh at people. That's funny. I used to laugh at my friend because I remember we were in the park and a big bird got him. Little bird got me. Big bird got him. Like, we were walking and he and he had a bald head too. Actually, I think he had just shaved. He just went bald because I was bald as my friend in college, and the bird just had diarrhea. The bird must have found an okra plant. And the bird had a whole mess of okra in his gut. And we were walking, it hit and splattered in his head so hard, I was like 3 or 4 feet away. It splashed and got on my shirt. It was that much doo-doo. It was doo. It was doo-doo. It wasn't even doo-doo. It was doo. And I used to laugh at God like, yeah, you think that's funny, huh? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have a bird poop on your head when you turn 29 and you out there walking in the woods with your son. It was kind of funny because my son told me to walk in front. Hey, listen, everything is mysterious and perfect in the way God orchestrates things. Because he told me, I was like, why are you always make me walk in the front? Why are you always walking behind me? Like, what's going on? You know, his mind knew what he was doing. He's like, yeah, because I need you to get in the spider webs. You're my spider web tool. You're going to take out all the spider webs because we're walking in the woods. I was like, all right, that's okay. And I felt this drop on my head. I told that story yesterday. I ain't gonna waste y'all's time. That's what happens. You know what? God is a comedian, if nothing else. God is a comedian. God will use some comedy to get you in the place that you need to be. All right. Our government will think the EMP as an economic as economic stimulus, right? Robert Walker, this is why I love how your mind works. It's just economics. And I think Christ posted that this morning too. Just focus on the economics, right? Politics has nothing to do with anything significant in the world. It never has been. It's always a scheme for power and money. A system that requires power will do anything to get it. A system that's based in money will do anything to get it. Corporations and government, you put them together, you have an oligarchy. They have no other option to do things to the people that live in the land that they are to gain more power and money. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Key bono. Follow the money. The only reason they gave you politics, the same powerful billionaires and trillionaires that created and architect all of this, they gave you politics for the illusion of control. That's it. If the system is based in politics, then yeah, okay, I guess politics is good. Or if the system is based in lies, then yeah, politics is relevant. It's not based in lies. It's a whole lot of lying, but the system is based in money and power for control. Key bono. Insurance companies knew that. Always follow the money. And he who benefits from a disaster that occurred over 10 years ago on this day, the corporations that benefit the most are the corporations that did it. I guarantee you. Guarantee you. Especially when the numbers don't add up and it's weird and you don't know who did it. It's always those who benefit the most. And we know who they are right now. We know who's benefited from endless wars and putting military bases all over the Middle East. We know exactly who that is. And it's the few at the top. A lot of people at the bottom who just live in that nation, they're safer because they got psychopaths at the top. But those psychopaths have killed them too. And when they protest, and actually they're protesting now over there. They're protesting right now. But even the psychopaths at the top of it, they were born where they're supposed to be. That's why I can't even judge them. I feel like I have to give a hint, but I think y'all already know. So, good morning, Patty. Been a minute. The Department of Justice has first right over all patents before they go public, and that's the problem, Mark Kutchik. That's the problem right there. We don't even know what the modern world's supposed to be. We don't even know what's modern in terms of technology. We don't know what's modern in terms of energy propulsion. I was thinking about free energy yesterday. It is literally a human rights violation for any nation to keep secret any form of power creation on a planet where millions of people die every single year from not having power. It's psychopathic. It is dark energy. It is demonic to have a patent office that secures patents because you want to try to figure out how to use this to murder people, and you're okay with millions of people being murdered and dying for the lack of not having that technology. Patents have to go away. You have to have an open source world. Let's think about it in terms of knowledge, right? Knowledge. Let's think about that. So if knowledge is power, because when you hold it back, it gives you the power. Like denying it makes it power. Technology is power. It's just a tool that gives you the ultimate power if you keep it from the people who paid for it, the people who developed it. It's the same psychopathic thing, same dark energy, dark vibe, evil thing. We need open source world, no more secrets. Didn't Obama also make it illegal to have doctors use anything but the standard and care? So it's illegal to cure anyone with alternative treatments in the medical profession. I don't know, Patty, sounds familiar. I know there was a whole lot of dark energy in that universal healthcare nonsense, Obamacare, and it's the same thing. All it basically did is it piled on top of Rockefeller medicine, right? Like all the cronyism, we look back at Rockefeller allopathic medicine that makes profit and massive profit in keeping people sick, right? Disease management. All he did was add on to it, and it's not a he, God used Obama too. And maybe God used Obama to help crony up even more allopathic medicine that never helps grandmama, just poisons her to teach us. And I'm going to show you why. Who said that? Patty, I'm going to show you why. I didn't caught a case this morning. I saw something. It kind of made me sad. But then I looked at the picture and I said, well, how can I use this? What am I supposed to do with this? Like, why would God use Obama the same way he uses Trump? The same way did I say he? I messed up. I mean she. I messed up. Y'all had to catch me when I say that God is a creator. First of all, I don't believe that God has a sex. To me, that just is illogical. That's manism. I read scripture. I try to look for the manism and the godism. Something that's based in a God that creates universes and planets and dimensions and just everything. In a manism, God doesn't have genitals. God is not a man or a woman. God is a creator. So God didn't have a sex. That's man. That's man creating a religion for you, something for you to follow. God is a creator. And if it's closest to anything, it's obviously closest to a woman because a woman creates life. And unfortunately, the patriarchal, psychopathic world we create from man, this is it right here, takes life. I saw this picture, and this was one of those things you look at, it's my last day of chemo. And you're like, yeah, that's all, you know what? Strong, go get it, man. See, I'm even lowering my voice. I'm such a punk. I am such a sucker. I'm such a sucker for children. I am such a punk. I get all soft when I can't even look at his face. So, her face. I can't even tell it's a boy or girl. I can't even tell. I get all sentimental. Because that's the only reason why we're here. The only reason why we're here is these little versions of us, these little packages. That's all. That's the only reason that we're here, is to make the world better for them, not to make their life more challenging. So when I saw this, so the first thing that kind of went across my mind was, yeah, good thing, man. Good thing. Man or girl, whatever, you can pull it through. I need to probably read it and find out. It didn't really matter. I just don't think that we should live on a planet and have corporations that can make powerful amounts of power and money buying politicians by giving children cancer, by putting carcinogens in the food, the water, the air, their mama's bellies when they're pregnant. So bad that you can't even tell if this little child, this little baby, this little perfect little god or goddess is a god or a goddess. We did that. We did that. We did that. We are not fit for this planet. We are not fit for the beautiful souls that come behind us. That's why it gets me that anybody would vote for this. Anybody would think that they're helping children by voting for a psychopathic system that takes lobbyist checks to create laws that subsidize putting carcinogen in everything they eat, drink on a planet where they need to evolve in nature. I'm not even sure why I brought this picture up again. It's just, it's, all right, I'm just gonna read what I posted on it because children shouldn't have to deal with that. Children have enough problems. They don't need our problems. They got enough problems. They don't need our artificial bullshit. They don't need that. They don't need that. Undescribably speechless, and I still am. I'm undescribably speechless that we keep an industry that profits most when keeping diseases prolific. Horrifying that I used to vote for parties whose #1 lobbyist cause was Rockefeller's crony-modeled, allopathic, big pharma, for-profit, patented poisoning medicine. Please read Rockefeller Medicine Men. Unimaginative. And big chemical companies are also high on the political bribery scale to keep carcinogens subsidizingly free for farmers to spray on everything kids eat before draining into the waters and the aquifers where they drink. We are a species of no significant consciousness. Hopefully his generation or nature calls our ignorant lack of sentience. Hopefully it does. I'm on nature's side. I think that any species that can do that to their children isn't a species. Isn't a species. I have to actually see a woman about a horse, and I had to try to say some funny things because we can do better. We can do so much better. Currency games is the purge of the poor. Yes, it is, Mark. They play the currency games, and the lowest of the lowest of the low get genocided. Right? That's what's going to happen to the homeless with the digital currency. I don't know who posted that. It was either Danielle or somebody else posted about the digital currency. When you move over to the digital currency, that's it. Or Christ, somebody posted it. That's it for the homeless. The homeless is going to die. You won't have homeless anymore. They're going to solve the homeless problem by giving you the digital dollar because nobody will have anything to give them. And then they'll die. But they won't die in the cities. They'll move out into the country and they'll die quietly to themselves so people in the cities don't have to see it. We're good for mankind. Keep them thinking more critically. Michael, all we're all just doing what we can do. We're all good for mankind. 7 billion people on this planet are good for mankind. I think we have to work on finding the good where it's hard to be seen. John McCain's, when they died, having funerals honoring them is not the right thing. You look back at their life and you determine, what can I learn from that life that was here? He had his experience, you know, and he did a lot of evil things that I would call evil, but the things he did are evil. He wasn't evil. He was here as a teacher like Gandhi. He was here as a teacher like Obama. He was here as a teacher like Martin Luther King. He was here as a teacher like JFK. Everybody's here is good for humanity. I think we can do a better job at learning why people are here and learning from their lives. Obama created universal health care, or he was a part of it. He was told to do it, however we want to put it. But what do we learn from that? Right? Did that help grandmama? Did that save grandma? Did it help children? Did it save children? Piling more cronyism on top of crony allopathic medicine that poisons people instead of powerful medicine that's more healing. I think we learn from something from everyone. We should just probably try to do that a bit more successfully. There were DNR orders in place April 29th in nursing homes across the board. Genocide agenda. And that's a good piece of information, Patty. And a lot of people did that. A lot of people put that in because they thought it was so horrific when they got the flu this year that they would just rather it happen. Now we find out it has a lot to do with ventilators, has a lot to do with hiding medicine that people told you, and maybe God was using them to save lives. And now a lot of people died because they hate that man because he used a word that starts with H, the doctors have been using for a long time to help malaria patients. Come to find out that this cuckoo virus is targeting of white blood cells, that if you use it as a prophylactic, like the doctor said, who all got deleted from the internet, anywhere they attempted to save a life, telling everybody. That's how you know you're involved in dark magic. Because the way you use your wands and the stances you take end up in the murder of people. So you can't judge anybody. You have to look at what they say and take the good from it and go. And that man said something great. And thousands, hundreds, probably tens of thousands of lives were probably lost because half of my country looked at him because they hate him and said that he couldn't possibly know something that they didn't know. Ha! I guess you were wrong on that one. That's okay. Whatever God is, it forgives people for their complicity in murder. We all have to move forward. We all just have to look in that mirror and judge ourselves for what we do. Look around next to us. Everybody you see standing next to you has on red. They got horns and bifurcated tails, and every project you get involved in ends in more people being removed from a planet that needs them. And obviously you're not on the right side. Not on the right side. All right. Not that he was on the right side, but in that moment he said what needed to be said, and it didn't go the way it probably could have gone if we had critically thinking people who weren't subhumans and subhuman teams fighting for politics, which is completely illogical on a planet where obviously the nations and governments are all being controlled by a global few. All right, the shoe that fits one person pinches another. There is no recipe for living that suits all tastes. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. The shoes that fit one person pinches another. Yes, Elaine, absolutely, absolutely. There is no one size fits all. You have to live your life from where you are, from what you're being, your experience, and accept that the shoes you have on, they fit you perfectly. You know, try to become perfect from it, or it's a path, you'll never get to that destination. But wear your shoes. Yeah, they hurt. Yeah, they pinch a little bit. You know, shoot, I show you my feet. Actually, I did show y'all my feet. I'm quite proud of my ugly feet. I post them. You know what? I haven't posted I might post my feet today. Got bunions and corns, Elaine. Cook buns and boogifies and all that stuff under my toe. I posted because I'm proud of them. I'm proud of the shoes I wore. I didn't have a great life, but I had a good life. I'd love for it to be great even more. Ooh, Elaine, now you're making me think of something. I tell people how privileged I am, and I am. I'm privileged in a lot of ways. But I had a pair of shoes, Elaine, which was interesting because they gave me a pinch just enough. And I know I'm playing with the quote a little bit, but they gave me a pinch just enough that I would defy authority. The authority that fed me, you know, the parents who provided all these things for me. And in college, I just decided, I don't want your money. I don't want your money. I don't need you to pay for this. I can get a job. I can pay for college my damn self. You're not going to tell me what to do. I'm going to do what I want to do. Got a townhouse when I was in college, got a car, got a job, started working in a call center, then programming and selling frozen food. And Elaine, I invoked in some of the hardest times I've ever lived in life. Ever lived in life. No, I did not have a clean and straight path. You worked in corporate America, you were a manager, you did this and that and the other, flew all over the world. Yes, I've been treated very well by evil corporations, pharmaceutical industry, and airline companies, and fast food companies, all these people that I work for in a very, very lucrative job. That's not how I started. Didn't start there. That's not how I started. I had a pair of shoes, Elaine, that pinched me and pushed me into being anti-authority. You know, I know what it's like to hide my car from a repossession person. I know what it's like to be evicted. I know what it's like to have a repossession. I've lived those. I know what it's like to have a child where you would go to the store and buy bread because you know if y'all eat bread at nighttime, it'll stuff your stomach full so you can sleep a good night. I've done that. Been there, done that. Didn't know where the next paycheck was coming. Did all of that. Maybe that's why I empathize with people who struggle their entire life, because I didn't. I empathize with them. I couldn't deal with it for a few years, Elaine. I was like, hell no, we ain't doing this. We got to get a job in corporate America. Hell no, I ain't doing this selling no damn meat. Working in a call center, struggling for food, stuffing bread in my stomach. I could afford bread though, Elaine. I could afford bread. Kids in Haiti, in which God is using Donald Trump because God uses everybody, told you Haiti was an S-hole country. You know, and it's funny how you said that. It all links back around to this point that I used to have I had the privilege to have enough money in a grocery store down the damn street where I could go buy bread and stuff it in my stomach, stuff it in my family's stomach so we could sleep at night. That's all we could afford. But what amazing privilege, what amazing grace that we had that. Kids in Haiti, which is an S-hole country, which we were mainly the cause of in France, eat mud cakes. The parents stuff mud in the kid's stomach in the shape of cookies and cake so that they can sleep at night. How privileged am I? Anyway, let's keep moving on. We live on a beautiful planet and none of this has to happen. None of it. That's what's great about all of it. All of this is artificial. We can stop it all tomorrow. We can stop it all today. We can stop it anytime we want. We can be stewards of the planet. We can be stewards of our species at any time we want. We can grow food for everybody. We got the automation. We just choose not to because we're ignorant. And part of it is what Elaine said in a quote that I didn't twist around, flipped, turned, smacked it up, changed it into something else, which is we want everybody to fit our shoes. Nobody should fit your shoes. Nobody should fit your shoes. You ain't right. You don't know nothing. Nobody should fit you. What do I know? What do I know about Jonathan? Jonathan shouldn't be me. Jonathan shouldn't live how I live. Jonathan shouldn't believe what I believe. Jonathan shouldn't have to be injected with the things that I get injected with so I can live and try to survive and be healthy because I don't eat healthy food. We're always trying to abuse each other. Jonathan shouldn't have to live the way that I want. Jonathan's got his own shoes. But that's part of it, Elaine, going back to, which is why you post that, it was a Carl Jung quote, which is, we think we're right. We think we're right. We think we're ignorant. You can't group up with other people unless you think you're right. You can't group up with black people or white people or Democrats or Republicans or Americans or anybody else unless you think you're right. You can't group up with Christians or Muslims unless you're arrogant. Unless you're arrogant. You got to be right to put together, to join your power, to force other people to put on your shoes. Scripture alone told you that God blinded the Jews in part so the whole world would be saved. Whatever God is, it works in mysterious ways. Let those ways be. Stop trying to make everybody else wearing your shoes. You don't even wash your feet, nasty thing. You out there grounding in the garden, got all kind of boogers and funguses and bacteria growing on your feet. You can't take your shoes and give them to somebody else. Your feet stink. You got funguses that their body can't deal with. All right, let me move on. That quote can go so many ways. All right, everything happens in a circle. Yes, it absolutely does, Brother Mark. 1 week, I'm already growing, right? What's that? Braless. Whoa, hey, whoa, Susan, what's going on? 1 week, and I'm already growing braless during online learning. Did I spell that? Did you spell that right? Braless. What's not wearing a bra got to do with online learning, Susan? Did you read an ancient text or something and didn't tell somebody? But I don't think you should wear a bra. No, nobody should wear no bra. I think that's crazy. I don't never wear no drawers. It's too confining. It's not natural. In the Garden of Eden, you got to get out there, get that vitamin D3. You should be free. I don't like constraining it anyway. Plus, there are problems with them. I forgot what our sisters was talking about bras. All kind of problems with the bras and the underwires and the things that they do to. You're not supposed to do any of this. We didn't evolve with none of this stuff. But I have no idea what you're talking about. Skies are all dark here. Yeah, Jonathan. And maybe we should stop creating a world where we don't put fires out, but we blow up nations to cause more fires to steal from them what they got. Both fine. I think the best way to cheer up Gerard is keep posting photos of okra on the live. It is harsh. I think it's funny. It doesn't really bother me. It only bothers me when people slip it in my soup. It doesn't bother me. No such thing as ugly. We're all precious in our own eyes. Yes, we are, Angela. Ugly doesn't exist. They literally had to create ugly. That's the only reason it's even a word. They had to literally create it. It doesn't exist. It's artificial like hunger. It's artificial like nations. It's artificial like religions. It's artificial like races and genders and preferences. It's artificial as all the other bullshit that we run with. Completely artificial. It's us judging and keeping the judgment alive because we want to watch the world's top models. All right. Move that. I got to get going. I got to see Woman About the Horse. Mad Max Morning. Yeah, you know what? We can keep going towards Mad Max Genie, keep repeating the same stupid cycle, or we can just end world conflict. Very easy to do, especially when there are world global powers that keep everybody in conflict with the same banks that fund the sides of every wars. That create all the problems. Superfood deficiency. Yes, Jeannie, we stopped eating food, so we got super diseases. Good morning, Deanna. And uniting in solidarity. Patty, very simple to do. All you gotta do is stop judging people and accept where everybody's at, right? Very easy to do to join unity and solidarity. It's not abusing people and saying, well, you got this skin color, so because you got this skin color, you're supposed to go in the street and apologize and beat yourself and put on some plastic chains that I done got from the dollar store to show that you love me. No, you know, that's called abuse. That's not solidarity. That's abusing people. There ain't no reverse racism. That's just more racism. Person's skin colors ain't got nothing. Nobody should be apologizing to you. All right, nobody should be apologizing. Because first of all, you ain't never lived as a slave. You ain't never been thrown in chains, beat, wrapped, chained down, put on a boat, sat on the boat for 3, 4, 5 months to get to America, come over here, rape you, beat you, throwing you around, treat you like you're nothing, steal your children. You ain't never been a slave. There ain't no white person on this planet need to apologize to anybody with black skin. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That's somebody trying to gain power pretending that they lived through what they didn't live through. Blaming you for doing something that you didn't do. It doesn't mean that they didn't live through their own problems. It doesn't mean that at all. Everybody got problems. Everybody got problems. The only thing is we need to approach these things with strategy. Right? Abusing other people will never gain you the power that you need. You'll never gain your freedom by abusing other people. Right? Play with strategy. Realize that those people are abused too in their own ways. Everybody's got their own cross to bear. Everybody's got their own darkness. You embrace those people for the darkness that they got to deal with. Say, how about we end dark? How about we just get rid of dark? Right? All together, we can just end it tomorrow. You know, if I fight you, then I got to fight a fight that I can't win because half of them is this and half of them's that. And the billionaires who print all the money, and like we did in the Iraq-Contra affair, where we gave weapons to both sides to make sure that they kept fighting. That's the same thing that the billionaires do. Same thing that these psychopathic families do, is they make sure that they give each side enough just to keep them fighting so they don't look at them. so they can keep making this little baby who has to go through chemotherapy. I gotta move my screen because I can still see that beautiful baby's face. All right, I gotta go. I'm gonna get out of here. I changed the music. Change the music because it's the weekend and I don't want to buy a new horse. I gotta buy an old horse, which means I have to go look at some horses today. I don't believe in new horses. They shouldn't be making any new horses. We got enough old horses. We need to keep them horses running instead of buying new horses and throwing these horses into junkyards to create a vacuum so that they can go blow up more nations and steal more lithium and minerals. So yeah, I'm buying an old car. I gotta find old, and it's hard to do that because people lie. People lie too much. So I had to look at people's face. I was meditating this morning, like, give me the power to see through they bullshit. Is the transmission really leaking? 2 weeks ago, where they just told that the gaskets are blown. The car is only gonna make it another couple blocks. All right, I gotta get going. Last couple comments I'm gonna roll. Good morning, Brother Steve, and good morning, Trish. Did y'all find the free energy in the Ark of the Covenant in Oak Island yet? They say it's from an early frost here, just creating artificial scarcity to jack up prices and control the product and people who use it. Trish, it's always that plan. It's always a profitable plan to gain more power, more money. They were killing chickens to raise food prices. They have farmers putting down animals. They got a new law, Trish, now. What was the name of that law someone sent me? Where they're taking over family farms. They're taking over farms down on a federal level. It's called like the Food Continuity Act or something like that. Like, listen, if it's called the Continuity Act, then obviously it's not for continuity. All the laws, they do the exact reverse. It's for food scarcity. If they can limit the food, they control. He who controls the food controls the people. It's not anything new. Kings and lords have been doing this from the very beginning. If they can control your food, they control you. What is it? S4453. 16th, remember the 16th Congress, second session. To protect the continuity of the food supply chain of the United States in response to cuckoo virus and for other purposes. And of course, my smart behind like me wiped it out. It's just me. It's not cuckoo virus didn't do this. This is not a response to cuckoo virus. Okay? This is a response to y'all. Y'all did this. Y'all shut the country down. Cuckoo virus didn't do this. You did this. All right? Period. So yeah, we got to steal all the farms because cuckoo virus. Nope. Blame who did it. Do your homework. Do your research. You will not. Cuckoo virus can't even write legislation. And it wasn't even a law. It was orders. Cuckoo virus can't even hold a pen. Cuckoo virus didn't do this. This is in response. So look at it. So the people who caused the problem are writing laws to solve the problem that they caused. This is how they play you. It's fun. It's fun, but scarcity is a thing. That's how you control people. The S Bill 4453. Go to those who cause the problems to fix the problems. This is how our end comes. Ooh, yeah, she or he was a poor child, Christine. But a beautiful thing that we have that picture and we can see it, invoke that, but whatever we need to, just to decide that, you know what? You can't have a medical industry that increases autism. It's not a medical industry if the cancer is going up. It's not a medical industry if grandmamas are dying at younger and younger ages on more medications. Obviously, it's not for them. That's for profit. It's for power. Rockefeller allopathic medicine to create very expensive procedures and patented drugs, avoiding natural things that heal people for cheap and for free to make money through cronyism. That was the first Obamacare. When Rockefeller did all that cronyism to make profitable. And it's just, do what you will with it. God used Obama too. But God uses people in strange ways. Do we become better for it, or do we just get ignorant like they are? Oh, we're ignorant like the things they did. Ooh, slow turn to the right. Gerard messed up. Slow turn to the right. We all mess up. We all say things and then I just try to correct myself. See how I slipped on that and I try to correct myself? That's how we're supposed to be in life. To me, I think that's called being mature. We are becoming human beings. Christine, I think we are, and I would definitely like to end on a positive note. Because it's I. Well, first of all, before we do that, for positivity, everybody needs to look up brucellosis. Brucellosis. Just in case. I don't know if it's true, but it comes from a bacteria. And when that bacteria infects your meat, it creates symptoms that are very flu-like. So people are speculating now that they might actually spray that out of airplanes or put it in meats or whatever to create more pockets of things that look like the cuckoo flu. So I think the cuckoo flu is blowing out, and I suspect they're going to try to keep the narrative going by doing things to make people think that it's still happening. Right? That's what the media is doing, right? Like the media is holding up this illusion that things are getting worse and we might have to lock down again and kill millions more people. So they're trying, and it's not working for people who know mathematics. It's working for people who didn't get past third grade math, but by the time, was that second grade or third grade? I forgot. By the time we knew what the plus and the minus sign was, we understand the statistics on the CDC website. But there are a lot of people who don't understand that. So I think a lot of people who graduated and got degrees and PhDs and stuff, I think they're going to be able to relearn what we learned in the second grade with math. And when they do, they're going to have to do something to create more victims of the flu. So I think that's why I was speculating earlier that this, whatever was released, it was designed to go fast and infect people, but didn't really hurt people too much. Now's the perfect time to attack America. Now's the perfect time to attack Britain. Now's the perfect time to attack any of the NATO nations who've been brought to their knees because they're all being controlled by the same global government. Now's the perfect time to attack them. They've been killing people all over this planet, not making friends and family, not loving people. And so we got enemies all over the world. So we don't have nothing but each other. We have no allies in the United States Incorporated, and we ain't got no allies in Al Qaeda. We ain't got no allies in ISIS. We ain't got no allies anywhere in the Middle East or Africa or Latin America. Why? Because our United States Incorporated made them all enemies. So whether somebody sprays, what is it, the Brucella bacteria out on all the food farms before our government does it, it's a lot of people that want to do it. We're only going to be free if we lead the way. And we can do that. We're the NATO nations. We got the military. We got the power. We got the power. We just ain't got the common sense. The NATO nations step up and they free the world. They just start feeding each other. They give that land back. They clean the water. They debilitate big profit for pharmaceutical corporate crony, allopathic carcinogen medicine system. They fix that. And then start just loving each other. Every child is born on this planet, give them the things that they need. All the other nations will fall in line. Everybody loves freedom. Everybody wants freedom. Boobies want freedom. I don't know why you just posted that, but that just hit my head. Free the boobies. Yes, free the boobies. Absolutely, Lord. Boobies need to be free. Hey, you know they're not supposed to be in chains. You ain't put no underwire, broad thing, plastic that floats out in the middle of the ocean. You gotta get rid of that. I am definitely for free boobies. Boobies supposed to be free, Lord. Lord, you know this. You're a mama. Boobies supposed to, nobody on mama don't charge no babies for no milk. Mamas don't do that. Mamas don't do that. And nor do psychopathic governments. You don't charge your children for food. What kind of evil is that? That's not a government. That's a corporate. That's a corporation. That's an incorporated psychopath that you think is a government. Mama don't charge for boobies because booby milk is free. And milk, food, water, oxygen, land, all that stuff, the citizens would be theirs as well. It would be free because it always was free. It was free in the Garden of Eden, free from the very beginning. They had to break it and put a cost on it. Do you see what I'm saying? Is that hard to do that, to link the free to boobies and my being a man loving boobies to freeing the people? If we actually had mothers that charged for milk, if we had creators, authorities, those in power over the milk charge for it, what kind of mother is that? What kind of mother is that? What kind of mother would let a child starve and die if they could? And I ask you on a Freedom Friday, what kind of government would you vote for that makes children buy food or die? This is Gerard, gotta go. Y'all have a great day. Love y'all to death. Yes! It's Friday! Freedom Friday. Gotta go see One About a Horse. Have a great day. Bye-bye.